everybody, it's Mr. Aaron. Welcome to Book Babbles YA Edition, where this week we're talking about magical sisters. Sisterhood can be one of the most powerful forces in the world, so the books on today's list are bound to pack a punch. After 8 long years, Evadne will finally be reunited with her older sister Halcyon, who has been proudly serving in the Queen's army. But when Halcyon appears earlier than expected, Ava knows something has gone terribly wrong. Halcyon is on the run, hunted by her commander, and charged with murder. Though Halcyon's life is spared during her trial, the punishment is heavy. And when Ava volunteers to serve part of Halcyon's sentence, she is determined to find out exactly what happened. But as Ava begins her sentence, she quickly learns that there are fates much worse than death.
Wow. Taking on part of your sibling's sentence in a murder trial? Now that's love right there. If you enjoyed An Ember in the Ashes for its depiction of a sister willing to risk everything she holds dear for a shot at saving her brother, then you might just like this title too. Also, if Sky in the Deep appealed to you, both these books have storylines where a situation between siblings leads the characters to question the assumptions they've always held about their nation and way of life. You can find the ebook and digital audiobook of Sisters of Sword and Song on Cloud Library. Well, that was an intense way to start us off. Let's see what our next selection has in store. 12-year-old Addie admires her oldest sister Meryl, who aspires to rid the kingdom of Bamarre of griffins, specters, and ogres. Addie, on the other hand, is fearful even of spiders and depends on Meryl and her sword Bloodbiter for courage and protection. But then, disaster strikes. Meryl falls ill with the dreaded Grey Death. Addie, terrified and unprepared, must gather her courage and set off alone on a quest to find the cure and save her beloved sister. In her path are the monsters of Bamarre, griffins, specters, ogres, even dragons. Addie must face them all, but time is running out. Her sister's life and all of Bamarre hangs in the balance. I don't know what the Grey Death is, but that does not sound good. Like, at all. In any way, shape, or form. Fans of Princess Ben, a novel where the heroine must save her kingdom after suffering a family tragedy, are probably going to enjoy this book too. Also, fans of Shannon Hale's The Goose Girl for its depiction of a princess who must take back her throne despite her lack of confidence in herself, then you might enjoy The Adventures of Addie as well. You can find the ebook of The Two Princesses of Bamarre on Overdrive and the digital audiobook on Hoopla. We have one more selection, and this time, instead of saving the world, the sisters involved are trying to destroy it. Let's see what happens. Elysium, Oklahoma, is a town like any other. Respectable, God-fearing, praying for an end to the Dust Bowl, until the day the people of Elysium are chosen by two sisters, life and death. And the sisters like to gamble against each other with things like time and space and human lives. Elysium is to become the game board in a ruthless competition between the goddesses. The dust soldiers will return in 10 years' time, and if the people of Elysium have not proved themselves worthy, all will be slain. Nearly 10 years later, 17-year-old Sal Wilkinson is called upon to lead Elysium as it prepares for the end of the game. But then, an outsider named Asa arrives at Elysium's gates with nothing more than a sharp smile and a bag of magic tricks, and they trigger a terrible accident that gets both Sal and Asa exiled into the brutal desert of dust and steel. There Sal and Asa stumble upon a gang of girls headed by another exile, a young witch everyone in Elysium believes to be dead. As the apocalypse looms, they must do more than simply tip the scales in Elysium's favor. Only by reinventing the rules can they beat life and death at their own game. Ooh, now, I've heard of sibling rivalry before, but this might be taking it just a bit too far. Fans of The Bone Witch for its depiction of a magic user that's forced out of their community but still has to try and find a way to save it may enjoy what this has to offer as well. Or if you liked the race against time before a magical catastrophe hits that featured in Truth Witch, consider picking this up too. Unfortunately, no ebook or digital audiobook through the library of Elysium, girls, but you can still find it in print. Well, that's all the babble time we have for this week. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you found something you want to try in today's video. And if you've got a sister, be sure to give her a hug so she won't try to destroy the world.